How do I know if probate is necessary? Let's say a family member passed or a close friend and you're not sure if probate is needed or not. So what can you do? Well, first let's start with the definition of probate. Probate is the legal process by which the court system distributes the property, pays the debts, and settles disputes after the death of a person. During probate, the court supervises the processes that transfer legal title from the deceased person to their beneficiary or to their creditors. So, usually probate is triggered by real property. If someone died owning real property to their name solely, or maybe as a tenant in common, probate is likely needed to transfer title to that real property, and real property could be a home, land, mineral interest, sometimes timeshares, to the beneficiaries, or let's say to sell it or whatever needs to be done. Why does someone have to open a probate if the deceased owns real property? Well, because someone needs the proper authority to sign the deed. When you sell or you buy a home, there is a contract and someone has the authority to sign the deed, usually the owner, but because now the owner is deceased, we need someone with authority, with the legal authority to enter that contract, and that can be accomplished through a probate if there is no other estate plan in place. So through probate, someone gets appointed as personal representative. That personal representative will be the one signing the deed that either transfers the real property to the beneficiaries, to the kids or nieces and nephews, whatever the situation may be, or the personal representative will be the one signing the deed, selling the home to someone else, and bringing that money into the estate and then pay debts or distribute or whatever the situation is. Probate is also triggered sometimes by the lack of having a beneficiary listed on a financial assets. So for example, if someone dies and they own a life insurance and they never listed a beneficiary to that life insurance, or the beneficiary they have listed predeceased, or there is a spouse listed but in the meantime the couple divorced, that will be another time where a probate may be required. The life insurance company is not going to try and figure out who gets what, how many kids, is there a divorce? So what they're going to do, they're going to say, you need to file a probate and we'll talk to the personal representative only. Probate can also be triggered sometimes by a creditor, can be initiated by a creditor. So let's say someone passes but they don't have much, they don't have real property, but they still have some other assets. So because there is no real property, you would think that probate is not needed. But if a creditor is trying to collect some money, they may be the ones initiating a probate case, asking the courts for them to be paid. So there are different circumstances in which a probate is needed, and sometimes it can get complicated, but just to summarize it, if there is real property in that person's name, so and there is no other estate plan in place, or there is no joint tenant with the right of survivorship, then probate is likely needed. So what can you do now? Well, while you're alive and well, you should get an estate plan in place. An estate plan is less expensive than the cost of a probate. A probate can cost many thousands of dollars and it can last for years. So you're trying to avoid that. Get an estate plan in place, make sure you have beneficiaries listed on your financial accounts, and make sure your affairs are in order. Make sure someone knows what you own and what you owe, and that way they can properly manage your estate if something happens to you. It is important to mention that we offer free phone consultations. So if someone loved or someone close to you passed and you're not sure if probate is needed, please give us a call at 405-857-8231 and let's talk about it. If a probate is needed, we can schedule an appointment, or oftentimes if a probate is not needed, we can give you some guidance on how to distribute the assets. Thank you for watching.